Okay, it is a Friday night session and we have moved these parties on back over to YouTube. I appreciate everyone for tuning in with me tonight. August 26th is the date. In tonight's update, we're going to clarify what took place with this $3,500 XRP glitch. There was about a 300 trillion that was shown across the XRP ledger. We're going to explain this glitch that took place today. And it's a very simple explanation, and really looking forward to the opportunity to actually clarify this one for everyone, because I took the bait on the hype. When I got off work today, I saw this XRP glitch, another XRP glitch, so I hopped on the hype. I shared this with everyone, but there's actually a very simple explanation for this. An XRP developer actually explained this for me, so I'm going to be getting into that later in this show. But in tonight's update, remember, we got to go through everything that's taken place, from our current events to cryptocurrency, precious metals, and the greatest transformation of wealth in world history is what we call this show. We're covering every single asset class. I appreciate everyone for joining with me. I do feel responsible now that we approach 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. I do feel responsible to clarify. You know, if someone calls me out and I am wrong, totally love that. And we're going to actually just say, hey, yeah, I was wrong. I fell for the bait. I got a little too hype. This project gets me a little excited. I get a little worked up, and I am guilty of getting a little hype with it. Absolutely. But we're going to explain that later on. And I'm always here. I stand and I am committed to the truth 100%. With that being said, without further ado, let's get into tonight's update, okay? We will cover cryptocurrency prices and where the market's at the end of this show. We'll take a quick look at the TA. But to get started, we're talking Fed Jerome Powell says U.S. economy should brace for some pain. And yes, the markets are down. The U.S. stock market wiped out $1.25 trillion today, and the crypto market lost over $70 billion from the total crypto market cap has been lost in the past 24 hours. Peter Schiff says Powell claims he wants to put out the inflation fire by raising interest rates to cool demand. President of the United States, that would be Joe Biden running the show, wants to fan the flames of inflation by extending the moratorium on student loan payments. The result of conflicting policy will be hotter inflation and a colder economy. Some people suggesting stagflation. Call it what you want. The situation's not looking beautiful. It's not looking nice for many people in Main Street, unless you're tapped into a program that's going to have you skipping out on the recession, growing your business, starting your business, taking massive action, and being able to buy all of these assets while they do go on sale. Now, markets are down. Fed Jerome Powell moved the markets today. Complete manipulation as always, right? Jerome Powell gives an 8-minute speech, says to prepare for pain, which is hilarious. You know, it's gone from inflation was transitory to prepare for pain, right? And then as we covered in the stream yesterday, what they're saying in Europe is that they need to sacrifice, peasants. You guys need to sacrifice. You need to build back better with a Green New Deal, ride your bike to work and eat crickets for lunch. And you're going to need to sacrifice. That's what they're saying in the Western Europe right now. Now, here in the United States, we have Joe running the show. They are just sending out money every single week to everyone. Everyone. This week, not only did we send, what was it? Over $1 billion that we sent to Ukraine, of course. We do about $1 billion a week now. We just checked that off. Yep, $1 billion to Ukraine. But then we did the student loan. $10,000 is going to be written off, I guess. And then they're extending the moratorium on payments till the end of this year. We will continue to watch this situation develop, but when we back out, we take a look at this and we understand what we're living through. Why are we living through this moment? Why were we chosen to live through this moment? Well, you know, we could talk about that all night, but the fact of the matter is, this is the setup that we've been warning about. Going back 10 years when I first got tapped into the Federal Reserve and the cabal that controls this country through private central banking, 10 years ago, that started my awakening to what was going to be taking place and how the system eventually goes bust. The fiat dollar eventually will go bust. After 10 years now of studying this agenda that they're rolling out, you start to understand that no. There's a reason why I use the word sacrifice, because I think that really gets the point across of what we're living through. We got Joe running the show. It's an absolute joke that what's taking place in this country right now. And then, you know, the Fed and what they're doing is they ramped up this thing over the last decade. We had the great financial crisis. We went through that. That was a rough patch. And over the last decade, they have continued to inject money and stimulus into this economy. After the events of March 2020, all bets were off. Now they were allowed to do whatever they wanted, passing trillion-dollar stimulus packages, bailing out everyone. Why do you think that we call it the greatest transfer of wealth in world history? See, there's a reason why I use these terms. There's going to be a lot of money moving around the world over the next couple years. As you saw over the last decade, they pumped in a ridiculous amount of value. It was all funny. It was all fake. It was all fiat. It was all pumping and dumping every single asset class. If you participate in an asset class, in a business, you win. The party's up, and now we call it the controlled demolition. They have the reset. They have their agenda. We see it. It's all out in the open right now, right? And for many people, they don't have a program that works. They're not tapped into this. And this is why we continue to stay so focused on this message every single day, trying to put out content to help you guys stay prepared as we dissect the timeline of this agenda and how the events will roll out. Okay? We connect the dots here, and we take massive action every single day. Now, talking about action here, the Federal Reserve, they have raised interest rates and completely popped the debt bubble. What we're seeing now is the Fed balance sheet roll-off of $94 billion a month starts next week. So the Federal Reserve is supposed to be offloading their balance sheet. We covered this in the last one of the last live streams about how they've only offloaded. It was just a ridiculous amount. It wasn't even $1 trillion. Their balance sheet is up to about $9 trillion, and they've offloaded, I think it was about $100 billion. I'm pretty sure it was about $100 billion. But the Fed balance sheet roll-off is now supposed to be ramping up pace to $94 billion a month. So they're going to be offloading their treasury notes, their mortgage-backed securities, and the other assets that they hold on their balance sheet. And as we've been saying, who is going to be the buyer? As we see the markets reacted poorly today, how do you think they're going to react if they actually go through with this? Now, many people thought that they weren't actually going to go through with the interest rate hikes. Many of us are still betting that they're going to reverse course eventually, right? And cut interest rates. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually go through with this, but if they do, it's just another data point that takes us lower. Very simply put, another data point that takes us lower. Hey, by the way, thank you for tuning in tonight. If you guys could smash that thumbs up for me, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. Now we're talking quick point here on real estate. Blackstone to stop buying homes in 35 cities amid housing recession. Dump it. This is coming from Don Johnson on Twitter. And what we've seen here is Zillow's been dumping. All these other iBuyers have been dumping. And they're the ones that kept this thing propped up. There was so much liquidity in the system that they turned to single family residences to park cash. They didn't even really care so much about the returns. They just had that much money to invest. They had to deploy the capital. And I'm talking about the Wall Street funds like Blackstone. They have so much damn money that even though they didn't really care. If the money went up 5%, 10%, they were just thrilled. They were thrilled with very small returns because they very simply just had to deploy the capital. There was that much liquidity in the system. But now this thing's flipped and now they're dumping. Now they need to get back their money because they're taking fat losses, right? It was one thing to park the capital and break even or get 5-10% gains because, they go in, they buy up a whole street, they keep the property markets propped up. And as you're seeing now, they actually control some of these markets, many of these markets actually, because they've taken such large positions in them. So when they control 5 to 10% of any given market, they start to offload, they can really move the market. Okay. So get ready, guys. Real estate, as I said, another data point that takes us lower in that asset class as well. Prepare yourself right now. Be prepared to buy up. I mean, these people are going to be giving these homes away, in my opinion. The new home builders, we've covered some of that data in the most recent live streams. They're dropping prices right now. People are going to be thrilled to just be able to offload, be able to get some liquidity out. The equity that they had in their property is dropping 10 to 20% right now or more. You know, it depends. Real estate, it's so hard to talk generally on real estate because your market could be down 40% if you're in the greater Vancouver area. If you're in the greater Toronto area, it could be down 30, 40%. If you're in, you know, one of these high flying markets, I think Phoenix is down about 9% overall. Some of these other markets down 10% here in the United States, right? Now, talking about what's taking place in some of these states, we have California banning the sale of new gas-powered vehicles after 2035. California charging stations, and they show a video of the California charging stations for your electric vehicle, completely overran by homeless camps. Now, as an American, it truly saddens me to see the state of this country and how bad it is getting. I am not here to bash anyone, to you know, make fun of these people, you know, talk down on these people in this situation. I'm not even here to have this discussion as far as, you know, that issue. The homeless issue is a whole issue that could take another hour to talk about. We don't have time for that tonight. The point being, as we're seeing, folks, there's so many people here that are right on the edge. They're right on the edge. And as we see in these other countries, the masses are hitting the streets. Here in America, we haven't hit the streets yet, but look at what's taking place in these cities across America right now. Here in California, here in Seattle, you see what's taking place in New York, some of these other cities. Completely overran with crime, homelessness, problems. And when I look back here and when I sit back and take a look at this, the program's not working out. It's very clear. It's very simple. It's not political. It's not political. It's just not working out. The balance sheet is negative. The assets that you once had, negative. The beautiful cities that you once had, trashed. Something's got to give here in this country, and we're going to continue to watch this situation, but I highly encourage everyone to have a plan right now. Because if you're in one of these cities where this situation's going on, when the lights go out, when the energy crisis gets worse, when the food crisis gets worse, because as I'm talking about all these assets still going to the downside, crypto to the downside, stocks downside, real estate downside, the overall situation in the streets to the downside. And how is that going to impact you? Do you live in one of these cities? You know, do you live in one of these situations? Think about strategic relocation right now. And it's not because we're going to have some crazy event, which we could. You know, there's a lot of situations that we're looking at. But it's just a fact of, as the situation worsens, as the economy worsens, as we go from a recession to a depression, and this is already where we're at. I mean, I don't know. For me, that's not for me. That's not for me. These cities, not for me. Absolutely not. I don't even understand how these people can live like this. Live in this type of situation. Unbelievable. And as I was saying, it does sadden me as an American to see this situation. The complete sacrifice of the poor and middle class of America. Continuing on, and I wanted to roll into this news by sharing you how that, you know, Green New Deal electric vehicle program is working out. We flip on over here to oil and OPEC. OPEC president is open to cutting oil production. Consensus is growing for an idea first proposed by Saudi Arabia. Commodity producers in charge. And this is from Gold Telegraph. We got some gold articles to cover at the end of this, which is another commodity, right, that we talk about. But when we talk about this energy crisis, when we talk about oil, we've been talking about how Saudi Arabia and these countries, OPEC, they completely have these markets manipulated. Well, it costs us, you know, whatever it is, $100 a barrel to frack it here in the United States. They put a straw in the ground and they suck it out for $5 a barrel over there in Saudi Arabia. And they laugh at us as we go woke, as we go Green New Deal, as we live like peasants. OPEC, Saudi Arabia, and these other countries, can you imagine the conversations that these guys are having? Now they want to cut oil production, which what's that going to do? That's only going to drive up price further. They have this thing completely rigged, and you're seeing the energy prices. I just saw a chart today, 24 times gain, 24x of the energy price just 10 years ago. 24 times. And meanwhile, these guys that control this market, they're about to cut oil production. And they're shutting down these plants. They're shutting down all these, power stations. The situation gets worse. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. And so many people actually I see in my comments, they'll hit me up with, oh, you're all doom and gloom. Well, at the end, we get to the solution. We get to the actions, steps to take place to prepare yourself for this. And we cover that every single day. So it's not just all doom and gloom and to the downside, right? There's tremendous opportunity here in this opportunity that we're going through, the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. But what I'm seeing with this situation is that many people are just getting completely blindsided, and then some people are just willingly walking into their own demise. So, with that being said, let's continue on. Here's a chart of Russian oil exports. Notice how they went up after the war in Ukraine began and have remained at a high level. Would someone please wake up Joe and tell him the sanctions are a complete failure? Then he can go back to his nap, and that's coming from Jim Rickards. So as you can see, the program's just not working out. Let's continue on. New study finds that 51% of all Bitcoin trades are fake. Wash trading designed to drive up volume and prices. Past studies have found that some crypto and NFT exchanges have up to 95% fake volume. Not a real market. This is coming from Forbes. They're talking about the fake trading volumes that is taking place in the cryptocurrency space. And if you don't understand that the cryptocurrency market is one of the most manipulated markets and asset classes in the whole world, I don't know where you've been, because absolutely there's a ton of fake stuff going on in this space, from fake trading to just fake projects, no utility. They're not actually building anything. Fake NFT volume, absolutely. But the good news is that the recession, the crypto bear market, is clearing out this space. We're purging out all of the bad actors, all the fakes and the phonies. Now, as we continue in world stage events, is this a Trump search warrant affidavit or an SEC officer's deposition under oath? Who knows? Coming from Jeremy Hogan, the attorney. Huge shout out to Jeremy for covering the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. And, it's interesting that he notes this. We saw the unsealed Trump Mar-a-Lago search affidavit did come out today. Completely redacted. It's just completely redacted, just like the depositions of the SEC officers in that Ripple versus SEC case. Is that a coincidence that we're going through similar cases, similar situations? How does this story end? Invest accordingly, right? Now, the moment that you've all been waiting for, let's get into this $3,500 XRP, these $300 trillion XRP ledger glitches. Let's get into it. Okay. Let's get into this. Let me start out by saying that I am guilty of the hype. Sometimes I see something like tonight when I got home after a 10-hour workday. I'm scrolling through Twitter. What can I find to share in my live stream tonight? Oh, wow, we have glitches once again of $300 trillion XRP ledger glitches. Gee, go figure. Once again, we got these glitches. So I hopped on the hype train and I shared this post from Digital Perspectives where he's talking. So twice now. Last night we had 342 trillion and again today 352 trillion XRP payment ledger volume. Now, I got on the hype train, completely guilty. As you can see, 3 hours ago, I retweeted this and I said, we are dealing with all the money. I apologize for getting hype and sharing something that does seem to be a very simple explanation. Ripple ITIN, Ripple it in.nz, XRP developer, that's his Twitter handle there for you, okay? He responded underneath my post and he said, you'll be pissed to learn it was a shitcoin that you had all running around you with your hype hats on, okay? So this guy, he shares what it was in a nutshell, In a nutshell, a payment transaction represents a transfer of value from one account to another. Payment volume statistics are simply a calculation of the value transferred across the ledger of all assets and is calculated by using the last sale price amount equals XRP value, then converted to USD value, value per token. Then all the values are added together to give an overall sum. Okay, the long and the short of it is that this token, this shitcoin that was trading at 1,152 XRP per token, okay, they're a payment of 7 tokens and a transfer of what is that, 1 billion tokens to another account. If you convert that to USD value at roughly 33 cents, it is 379 trillion. So there was like a billion of some shitcoin moved. But the way that this XRP ledger converts it to USD, that is why it showed, which I don't even understand why the coin was trading at 1,000 XRP per coin. 1,152 XRP per token. So that meant the payment volume from those two transactions was, I can't even read off these numbers. These numbers are so massive. But that's how it came to the $379 trillion XRP ledger volume. Then if you move on over, we move on over. So this was originally from Digital Perspectives. I retweeted his post. Dark Defender shared a glitch. Have you experienced and felt the shift in the matrix? Let's gather to discuss which exchanges today reflected this $300 trillion glitch. Means $3,500 XRP when it became real. But what is real? Is it something you touch or something you smell? So Dark Defender kind of got in on the hype as well. But the point that is, we have $3,500 XRP calculated from this guy. Some people calculated it at like 22,000. If we had $300 trillion in payment volume, if that's a big if, and I'm clarifying on record, right? This was something that was a complete mistake on my behalf, on others, right? And it's not. I want to go back to this. What this gentleman said. What was it? What did he say here? Oh, wait. Let me back up. I want to back up here to what he said. Yeah. What he said. He reposted underneath me. You'll be pissed to learn it was a shitcoin that you had all running around with your hype hats on. I'm not pissed. I don't care. I was wrong. I'm a human being. I apologize. Now, I made my whole live stream with the $3,500 XRP thumbnail. I put it in the title, even though right before I got on this stream, I saw that this person posted this, and I'm thinking, oh, crap. But I'm not pissed. No, it's just a matter of we made an honest mistake. And are we a little bit hype about this project? Yes. And do we have $100 trillion problems to solve? Yes. Do we have quadrillion dollar problems to solve? Yes. If XRP does get any percentage of that, are we talking about a much higher price? Yes. So I apologize. Okay. I'm just a human being. I get home after a 10-hour long day and I'm scrolling through trying to find something to share with you guys. Right. And I come across this and I'm guilty. Digital Perspectives, okay, we're going to clarify this. It's not a big deal. We're not bad people. We make honest mistakes. Is it hype? Is it irresponsible to put that $3,500 token thumbnail and title? No. Because I come on here and I explain it. And then I also explain why I do think the XRP goes to 3, 4, and 5 digits. You know what I'm saying? It's not clickbait. It's not. When you can explain why you think it's going there, that's not clickbait, right? And, I like I always say, I love when my audience corrects me. I love when my audience shares information with me. That's what makes this community so strong, especially in the XRP community. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for this person, RippleIn.nz on Twitter. Huge shout out. Someone who's actually building on XRP, not just like me, just talking about it and holding a fat bag of the tokens, keeping it away from these developers. Mad respect. And to everyone in my community that shares information and holds me accountable and holds others accountable, and throughout the XRP community, the XRP community is definitely guilty of being a little too hype. Yes, you got us. But we're trying to solve real problems. We're trying to get something done. And we acknowledge how big the problems are. Now, as you can see, I lined up on my live stream here, I lined up the couple posts talking about, $3,500 XRP, but then I go to Dinesh D'Souza because I always share this every time we talk about the XRP glitches. Dinesh D'Souza, and this is actually important. There are no glitches. A glitch is an anomaly that demands investigation to see the inputs that produced it. Human beings design these machines with a purpose. Glitches are clues as to what that purpose might be. So, we went and we did investigation. This Ripple IT, itn.nz, this developer, he went and did the research. He's smarter than me and others, us influencers who just spew whatever hype we can come across. He's smarter than us. He goes and he actually does the research. And I have mad respect and I commend him for that. He went and found what the glitch was about, which in this case right here, this proves that there are no glitches. A glitch is an anomaly that demands investigation to see the inputs that produced it. We went and found the inputs that produced it. Now, of course, Dinesh D'Souza is talking about the 2020 election results. I'm not going to talk about that here. In this show, we are just talking about the XRP prices and how we've seen multiple glitches for XRP at crazy prices, which that's the thing is those glitches are still inexplainable. As far as I'm concerned, we have not found the inputs that produced those anomalies on the XRP price. When we see XRP price at $4,000 or $5,000 on certain exchanges, when we see it at $50,000 on an exchange. Now, when we see this XRP ledger payment flow glitch, we go and we look at it, it wasn't a glitch at all. The way that the XRP ledger records these transactions, it converts it to US dollars as we went through here. And that's why we had a $300 trillion payment flow on the XRP ledger. So folks, yes, we were wrong on this one. Completely guilty. But the point is, how do we explain all these other glitches that we still have not explained? Not talking about the 2020 election results here. Maybe I'll talk about that on my Rumble show, where we can talk freely about everything. Which I did see that Andrew Tate, I can't even mention his name actually. I see that he went on to Rumble tonight. That was pretty funny to see. But nonetheless, these XRP glitches don't make sense. We have our theories, we have our speculation, and we do get hyped about it, So I am going to continue to cover this. I'm going to continue to watch this. I'm going to continue to get excited next time I see another XRP glitch. We still haven't explained so many of these XRP price glitches. So let's continue to watch that one. Speaking of hype, speaking of nonsense, speaking of crazy talk, crypto bull here. People get mad when I share this guy's charts. I don't care. Let's get hype about this project. Let's solve real problems. He says XRP to $255 by May 2024 following this channel structure. So there you have it. On the 1 month, if we follow this structure, he has us at 255. And here's the thing. I put out a post yesterday and I said, I don't care about the price predictions, really. I don't care. $100, $200, do we break out to $20 after the SEC lawsuit's over? Do we break out just to $7? $5 before we crash back down to $1. I don't care. The long-term utility is all I'm focused on. And how much of this little precious coin have I stacked in my bag? That's all I care about. The price predictions, the timeline, really doesn't actually matter too much as far as looking at XRP prices at 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits. I'm here for it, man. And I know you guys are too. I'm here for that conversation. I'm here to solve those problems. I wanted to cover this though, because I suspect that the channel that XRP is trading in is similar to the channel that Bitcoin is in right now as well. Now this person, Anonymous Crypto Predictions on Twitter. The most crucial point in Bitcoin's history is right now. We are either going to break down the overall multi-year bullish structure that Bitcoin has followed perfectly, or we will break away from the cycles. BitBoy Crypto, this will be a historical moment, he says. Okay? Yeah, so we will continue to watch this channel that we're trading in. If it holds, it takes us to a pretty good space for XRP. For Bitcoin, I don't know where this channel would take us if we do follow this channel. He's on the weekly chart right here, okay? But yeah, we're at a serious point. Remember, one key thing that we can look at here is that last bull run, Bitcoin did not go below the previous high of the previous bull run. This time around, this bear market, we did. The previous all-time high for the 2017 bull run was about 20,000, right? We have punctured that. We have broke through that level, and we're teetering on the edge right now. Yeah. Oh yeah. I do have one piece of legitimate XRP news, Ripple news, partnerships adoption. Okay. Since this is from Anders, and he's responding to Digital Asset Investor. DAI says, so let me get this straight. Ripple loses the MoneyGram deal because of the SEC lawsuit. Stellar then cuts a deal with MoneyGram. Ripple invests in CoinMe that reaches thousands of locations powered by MoneyGram. They offer XLM, but not XRP. Straight to the All the World's a Stage file. And our file of All the World's a Stage continues to grow on a daily basis. We have a very similar file over here, DAI. You already know. You and others in the XRP community are the ones that have helped us stay tapped in on this world stage events, as we're doing on this show as well. But Anders on Twitter here responds, since CoinMe will use Ripple Liquidity Hub, I'd say it's very likely, a little bit of speculation here, but I would have to agree. Since CoinMe will use Ripple Liquidity Hub, I'd say it's very likely they'll use XRP on the back end, while XLM will be a front end product, similar to how MoneyGram used XRP on the back end, but USDC on XLM as a customer facing front end product. Absolutely. That's what makes sense right there. All the World's a Stage file right there. All of the partnerships that are taking place on the back end, all the NDAs that Ripple and others have signed so they can't even talk about the partnerships. Folks, you already know what's coming. XRP for the back end. We have XLM and other ledgers for the front end. We have central bank digital currencies for the front end. On the back end is where these XRP payment flows that I think are going to be valued in the trillions of dollars daily. I think that we will have hundreds of trillions of dollars eventually within distributed ledger technology for sure. And if we just get a percentage of that, we are going to be in a very, very special place. Now, talking about the greatest transfer of wealth in world history, all of the suppressed assets that will have a set price after this restructuring, revaluation, reset, flip of the switch moment. We understand that gold and silver play a role as well. From Gold Telegraph, China's net gold imports via Hong Kong jumped to a 9-month high in July. Last week, it was reported that Swiss flows to China were 80.1 tons in July, most since 2016. Reminder, BRICS is working on a new international reserve currency. Continuing on, China imported 108.8 million worth of Russian gold in July, a 750% increase from June and a 4,800 increase from the same month last year. Things continue to evolve. All roads eventually lead to gold. All roads lead to utility, and that is how we have positioned ourselves. Right here, we understand what's taking place. Price predictions are fun. 3, 4, 5-digit XRP gets us excited. Talking about gold going to a $5, $10, $20,000 set price after this restructuring revaluation. The paper derivatives trading that has kept the precious metals markets goes away, as we saw one of the largest banks in China completely took away all of their derivatives trading for precious metals. That is part of this. We see many countries rolling out their CBDC pilot programs. We see many other countries rolling out gold, buying record amounts of gold at their central bank and cutting deals in their currencies versus the US dollar. Yes, the BRICS nations are working on a new international world reserve currency. Yes, we have the United States working on their CBDC project with the Federal Reserve. But we have Ripple, XRP, set to be a world reserve currency as liquid as a G10 currency, already working with 50 central banks, already working with 400 banks and financial institutions for back-end wholesale payment flows. We're looking at solving trillion-dollar problems on the back end on a daily basis. We're looking at putting tens, hundreds. Why don't we put $250 billion worth of value through the XRP ledger? We have quadrillions of dollars worth in derivatives. So this is real. This is reality. These are real dollar value amounts, quadrillions of dollars. You find me a better ledger to put it on, and I would love to talk about that. But at the time of this recording, as I come to you tonight, I have not found a better ledger to conduct such liquidity solutions, to solve such problems, and also including that debt crisis as well. You show me a better ledger, I'll take a look. As we continue to watch this show unfold, I want to bring you guys the truth when it comes to current events, cryptocurrency, no BS, straight to the point, straight to the strategies and the action plan that matters. And with that being said, I appreciate all of you guys for sharing this message far and wide. Please smash that thumbs up, and let's take about 17 minutes. Would take us to about 10 p.m. on the West Coast. Let's take about 17 minutes of rapid fire Q&A to wrap up this session. I appreciate all of you guys. Let's pull up our market right now. Okay, at the time of this recording, we have Bitcoin trading at 20,200, Ethereum at 1,500, and our XRP is at 33 cents. Most likely, we'll be looking to buy some more XRP, and I also will be taking advantage if it goes lower. Now, what if I told you that someone could have warned you that Bitcoin was going down to 20,700 back on August 6th of this month? That's right. 2 weeks before it occurred, I told my Discord, I told you guys here on this channel that Bitcoin, the next level to go down to was 20,700. And we put that out on our weekly call to our Discord members on August 6th. And then after that weekly call with my Discord members, I started sharing that with my YouTube community here as well. As I always say, I have nothing to hide. Everything that we're doing out here is in the open as far as our strategies, what we invest in, how we view everything that's taking place. We have nothing to hide, right? But who else in the space called that? I don't know anybody else that called 20,700 back on August 6th. There might have been some chart guys that said, oh, the next level to the downside is 20,700. Actually, well, we were at 25,000. Remember, we pumped all the way up to 25,000 before we went back down to 20,700, right? But to call it within a window of time that was a few days late, yeah, we didn't get it to the date, but we got it within a few days, right? Because back on August 6th, I said during the full moon phase pattern cycle, that is when Bitcoin is going to be moving back down to the downside, and I believe that the target level is 20,700. We shorted Bitcoin 4 times over the last month, and we made 40% gains on our trading bag. And that's what we've been doing in our Discord group. I've been sharing that with them. 40% gains on our trades in the last month. And that was only off of 4 trades. Very simple strategy, guys. What happens next? What you guys all want to know? Well, Mt. Gox holders are supposed to be getting their Bitcoin, what was that, the 27th or the 28th? I covered that in last night's live stream, right? So that's, more sell pressure to the downside. The Federal Reserve has the next Federal Reserve meeting 20th through the 21st, I believe, around that time. So we can expect them to raise interest rates once again, okay? They're supposed to be offloading $90 billion worth of their balance sheet, continued downside pressure. And then we go into the 21st year anniversary of 9/11 and the end of the Shemitah cycle. So let's get ready for some events. Let's get ready for some craziness, a little bit of volatility to take place over the next month. And if I had to make a bet on which way it's going, I would say downside, especially over the next couple weeks. Okay. Let's see what you guys are working with. Please drop your questions down below and I will get them answered. $10K Bitcoin. Bitcoin could definitely go down to I have a target for Bitcoin at 13.5. But I mean, what does it matter? Yeah, 10K. It can go a ways down. Zach, when would Bitcoin crash for good? There's a chance that Bitcoin actually makes it through. I just see that some countries will ban the proof of work mining. And so that's going to be interesting to watch with Bitcoin. It might make it here in America. They might actually rule it as a commodity. But without utility, I mean, the future of Bitcoin does not look good. Did we talk about Biden's executive order in March on CBDCs? Great question, Hammer. So I remember we talked about that executive order when it came out back in March. I talked about it, what was that, like last night or the live stream before. We were talking about how the new date for the rollout of the CBDCs is supposed to be December, I guess. So it looks like the Fed in the United States will be rolling out their CBDC potentially, at least reporting on it, I think, by the end of the year. Oh, yeah, and we also have ETH 2.0 rollout this month, too. September 9th, the agencies are supposed to come back with word to the resident. Yeah. Zach, what if in your lifetime XRP doesn't go to $5? Would you regret wasting all this time? I don't think of that potential. I don't think of that at all. No, and we're already partaking in the greatest transfer of wealth in world history with or without XRP, so it doesn't matter. I know that, like, you guys, think that XRP is the end all be all and will only make it in life if XRP goes. That's not the case. We run real businesses. We're real people. We're actually building real value in the world. No, so I don't think, just spare yourself stupid comments like that. DCA into XRP now for sure, but hold some powder. Mark, yeah, good point. I've been buying XRP from 60 cents down. I'm interested to watch the CBDC rollout though here in the United States. That's going to be very, very crucial, very important. But yeah, I mean, we know that that's their plan. So I mean, it's just, is it going to be this year? Is it going to be next year? I stopped worrying about timelines. I don't know. XRP is a tool of the future payment processing. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely, my friend. Buy XMR for privacy after the CBDC rollout. Yeah, I don't do Monero. I don't think that the privacy coins are going to do it. But I also, guys, I'm a very simple person. I got nothing to hide. I don't even really care about the CBDCs. I was going off ranting about this on my last live stream. I don't care about the CBDCs. I don't care what currency we use. I don't care, whatever we're using for currency. It doesn't matter to me. I want to own the assets that produce cash flow. I want to own the assets that have value, have utility. Brian, what is good? And we have Plot Palm Trees as well with the super chat. I appreciate that, guys. Brian, as always, you are the man, brother. Thank you so much. Thanks for a great Friday night. Keeping it educational, honest, above board, all the best. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I admitted I was wrong. I admitted I fell for the hype, right? But we have many XRP glitches that we still can't explain. So I don't think that it's irresponsible to talk about these XRP price glitches. I don't think that it's irresponsible to talk about 3, 4, and 5-digit XRP. Exceptionally fantastic live stream tonight, Tim. I appreciate that. BNB or ETH, Zach? I don't like either. ETN is going to be listed on Coinbase one day, so buy now. Do I know much about Casper? Haven't taken a look at it, even though I've been asked about it 1,000 times in my comments. Is XRP on its own chain, or does it still run on ETH? It's never ran on ETH. It's on its own blockchain. H-bar just added to the CB roadmap. What are you talking about, the CB roadmap? Central bank roadmap? Which central bank? I saw that as far as the big pharma companies. Oh, we got a speedboat from Robert Rice on TikTok. Yo, what's up, Robert? Appreciate that. Yeah, and to be honest, guys, that's one of my faults is I don't look into other coins. I just don't. Say it goes to 4 or 5 digits. What's the next steps? Okay, well let's just talk about our strategies for when we do, see even a $50 or a $100 XRP, right? That would change a lot of our lives. My plan, my exit strategy for XRP is I'm going to sell a little bit of XRP along the way. But that's because I've amassed a bag over the last few years. I've been holding it for a long time, so I can afford to. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me to not take a little bit of chips off the table after seeing some gains, right? And I have other investments that I'm going to be putting into XRP cash into that. Okay. But let's talk about this. So with XRP, my exit strategy, very simple. I'm looking to sell about 5% of my bag when we reach $10 and another 5% if we reach upwards of about $20. After that, I have no plans. Robert, I appreciate that. You guys got some big gifts going on over there on TikTok. Golden Mean, thank you guys. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. I'm selling 5% of my XRP bag at $10, 5% at $20. After that, I have no further plans of selling my XRP into USD cash. My plans going forward are once XRP reaches about $50, at that point going forward, I will feel as if regulations have been set, level playing field's been set, utility's been unlocked, and it will continually grow from there. So at that point, I will be comfortable taking loans out against my XRP. I will be comfortable leveraging my XRP bag, not selling my XRP, right? Still having control of my XRP, but using, DeFi, using a bank or financial institution. I don't care who the deal's done with. Personally, I trust a Bank of America better than I trust some of these DeFi lenders. That's just me. There's going to be plenty of options. You can go to Chase. You can go to Bank of America. You can do a DeFi play. You'll be able to put up your XRP as collateral on a loan. You already can now on some platforms. But as I'm saying, I don't trust a lot of these platforms right now. They're not liquid. They're insolvent. They're going bust in real time. We've been reporting on all of those cases, right? So in the meantime, I'm going to watch and let this thing play out. 5% of my XRP bag at 10, 5% at 20. And that's not an exact price. Okay, but in or around those price points. After that, when we go to $50 and beyond, that is when I will be using my XRP bag as a reserve asset in my investment portfolio. I will take out loans against that XRP and I will be putting it into real estate and businesses. Now, if you want to go into real estate and business strategy, that's a whole other conversation. We have a whole business development program in my Discord group. We are rolling out all of those strategies in a lot of our live streams as well here. But that's a whole other conversation as far as how to do real estate, how to do businesses, right? But that's where it's going. It's a very simple strategy, right? All about that land. Absolutely. Well, what happened is, So as we've been covering over the last decade, free money from the Fed coming to everyone, injecting liquidity in the system. they really pumped up real estate. So there were so many people that thought they could get into real estate, and then the business, was propped up as well. And then obviously after the events of 2020, they kept the businesses propped up with the PPP loans, with all the money that went out to Main Street. And so anyone who participated won. Just like in cryptocurrency, as we're watching the purge take place, all these bad actors get taken out, all of the scammers, same thing's happening in real estate, same thing's going to be happening in the business Main Street economy. So whatever sector you're in, just to talk about business real quick, let's talk about that. Whatever sector you're in, it's going to be disrupted by technology, and it's going to be disrupted by the recession and the economic events that we're going through. So it is up to you to understand your sector, understand the opportunity, and you can go buy out your competition, go buy out your competitors, right? And you can also launch your business during these opportunities. If you don't want to go the legitimate business route, one of my first webinars that I did in my business development group was about starting a side hustle versus a real business. Some people get too intimidated by starting a business that they never just start making money on the side. They never start up that side hustle. They never turn their passion, their hobby, into money. When it's so easy now with the internet and the available opportunities to sell your product, to sell your services. It's never been easier. So although we're going through one of the worst economic situations in the history of the world, you also have the best technology that the world's ever seen for starting your business, with social media being able to spread awareness, garner attention. So it's an interesting dynamic, right? You got to be able to see both sides of that coin. That's where true intelligence is. But in regards to business, understand your sector, whatever you're in, and just go. Just get started today. In that webinar I was talking about, just get going. There's no reason to wait. Even if you start a legitimate business, it literally takes you could do it all in a day. Filing the entity, the LLC, doing all the steps, doing all the deal. You could do it all in a day. There's no reason to wait. Yo, what's up, Derek? How's it going? They're doing really well. Doing really well. Does any crypto have so many banks partners like Ripple XRP? Not that I can find. Not that I can verify. Yep. I just saw there's 1,000 projects that are being built on Cardano. There's 30-something thousand dApps that are being built on Polygon. But they don't matter. They don't matter. Oh no, I see our time is up. I still have a couple more sips of my adult beverage. Before I roll, I just want to say, if you do want to join our Discord community, hop on over to my website at zachrector.com. You can get our merch there as well. And I also meant to also say, you can get precious metals over at my website. At the very top, there's a link. It says precious metals. Head on over there and you can get your gold. You can get your precious metals, silver included. You can buy them and have them shipped directly to you. Or many of you guys, they have the 401k. You can roll over a portion of your 401k into gold and silver precious metals, which for me, I don't have a retirement account. I don't have a 401k, but I definitely would not want that tied up in the stock market right now. With what we're going through, this is not financial advice, but if you're looking to get access, if you're looking to get tapped in over there, you can head on over to my website, and at the very top, you will find that link for precious metals. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has signed up for the 5 spot on Patreon. All that support is very appreciated. And for all of our Discord community members that have been in my group, now we have members that have been here for over a year. Huge shout out to the OGs. Huge shout out to everyone who has just joined. We have many new people joining all the time. Okay. And our program's very simple, but we have a lot of fun with it, talking about the truth over there. And just God bless all of you in this community. I really appreciate you guys. We will be passing through 40,000 subscribers on YouTube probably this weekend. Really looking forward to that. I appreciate you guys for sharing this message out far and wide. Okay. And we're going to continue doing the thing, man. We're going to continue. We are going to stay consistent. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Kelly. Just joined the Patreon. Is there a meetup? There will be a meetup this probably this winter. Yeah. Yep, probably this winter we'll be looking at scheduling that out here a few months advance. We want to give everyone a lot of time, but yeah, little sneak peek. We are working on something like that. Okay, and that's gonna be lit. Sissy, good night. Golden Mean. I did not know that. That is funny. That is funny. Yes, and guys, watch out for Twitter. Watch out for Instagram, TikTok. I have many scammers and impersonators, even on YouTube as well. I cannot block them, guys. I would if I could. I would literally have to have a full-time person just on deleting spammers on all of my various platforms, and the impersonators too. I will never direct message you on any of these platforms. Like, let's just go with that answer. Sometimes I do reply to Twitters and TikTok, and sometimes, but it's so rare that just assume that I'm not going to respond to you unless it's in my Discord community. We respond in the Discord. I respond to my Patreon members. And then in the comments, I will directly address it, or on Twitter. But I got the same username, right? But I'm not going to be DMing anybody asking about how's your investing going? How's your trading going? We have a new 5-spot, new Patreon from Reckoning. Reckoning, thank you so much for supporting us over there on the Patreon. I greatly appreciate that, my friend. Okay. Yo, what's up, David? How are you doing, brother? How do I join Discord? Chanel, you go to my website, zachrector.com, link down below, and sign up for the Patreon, and you will get access to the Discord. Anthony, what's up, man? Your lives keep me going. Thank you, Miss M. I appreciate that. Dr. Fresh, what's up? Anthony, David, love you guys. Thank you. What's the glitch? Go back and rewatch this one if you want to hear me talk about the XRP glitch. I explained the whole thing. I think that tomorrow morning, when a lot of the other XRP community members that shared this glitch news today, when they wake up tomorrow morning, they're probably going to be making the clarification that I made in this live stream, where I explain what took place with that glitch. It was not a glitch, but the payment flow, the volume was coming from some shit coin. And yeah, you just have to go back and watch it. All right, guys, I do got to run. It has been a pleasure. If you could do me a favor, smash that thumbs up for me on the way out, and I will see you guys in the next live stream. All right, you guys take care, and God bless all of you out there. Thank you so much.